What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Welcome to another exciting episode of the Go Hard or Go Home podcast show with your guy, me, your host, Jeff Trills. And I got another special guest on the podcast. Matter of fact, I had to do a repeat because this brother's so powerful. I had to bring him back before the end of the year was over. I'm super excited to talk to this gentleman again, Mr. Nicholas Mentor, and he brings something special to you today. We're going to talk about floor plans over Turo. Now, a lot of my viewers, you may have been tapped into all the different things that we do here at the Go Hard or Go Home podcast show. But today, if you ever thought about having a passive income, if you ever thought about Turo, if you ever thought about making money without having to work as hard as you've been doing on your job or your career, this is the podcast you want to tune into. So like I always say about this time, y'all know what time it is, right? Time to go hard or go homeless. Let's go.
I remember being homeless. And that's the moment I decided to go hard.
Oh, it's about to be another fire one today, baby. We talking about before Cyber Monday, we got floor plan Sunday. Let's go. I'm not even going to let y'all wait. We're going to bring up Mr. Nicholas Mentor right now so we get right into it. Floor plans are better than Turo. You want to know exactly what we're talking about. I know people are like, what the heck does that mean? You're going to learn today. We will welcome back to the podcast, the Go Hard or Go Home podcast, Mr. Nicholas Mentor. What's up,
Jeff Trills. What's up, champion? Listen, I'm here to win. I'm here to go hard. I'm here to go hard or go homeless. I'm here to make it happen. What's up, baby? How you feeling today?
Man, I'm excited, brother. I'm excited. I know you and I have been talking for a minute. You got some new source you developed. You got this whole floor plan that you and your lady is doing. And when you told me about this, I was like, nah, this can't be true. But it's true. And so a lot of people are trying to figure out what the heck are we talking about. But I'm going to get right into it because I understand that this play is powerful, especially before we enter into the new year. This fourth quarter stuff, right? So, Nicholas, tell people, for those who don't know who you are, tell them who you are, where you're from, and how we came across this floor plan game.
All right, so I'm Nicholas Mentor. I'm Mr. Yo, my back is up against the wall. I'm Mr. Yo, I went to school for all these years, got all these degrees, and got out of school and couldn't find a job. I'm Mr. Turn credit into cash. I'm Mr. Leverage that credit, free flights, free groceries, free hotels. I'm Mr. Go ahead on your TV show, turn on Netflix, and you see my name in the credits. But most importantly, recently, I just became Mr. One half of floor plans are better than Turo. So the way I found out about this was actually my lady down in Washington. She actually put me onto it. Now, the crazy thing is this. I was already in the rental car space, in the auto space via Turo, and also my other business with my two other business partners, Van Taylor and Arden Key, Lux Lifestyle Cars in Vegas. So I was already in the space. Now, when I was introduced to this, I started realizing that there are a lot of different verticals and a lot of things that I was doing, especially when it comes to a vehicle that's less than 100,000, right? Now, don't get it twisted. In Vegas, all of our vehicles are exotic vehicles. So that definitely puts it in a different bracket. But when I was starting out and I had vehicles on my own that were less than 100,000, there were a lot of things that I was doing on Turo that was taking up a lot of my time. And it didn't allow me to run my businesses properly. It took up a lot of my time. For example, I've got another business called Connectedly, doing automation with funnels, me being on set, and some of these other business endeavors with my mentorships that I had. So when I started learning about floor plans, I started to realize the same amount of money that we would make on a monthly basis renting out an economy vehicle, or maybe just a little bit higher within the Turo space or Hire Car or Get Around, which are some of the apps that people are using, their third-party companies. That net profit, not the gross, but that net profit is usually around $1,000 a month, $1,000 to $1,500, typically, right? Yep. You can make that same amount of money by running this play and putting the vehicle into the floor plan of a dealership without working with any customers, without dealing with the gas and all these other things that come with it. So it saved me a lot of time. Now, I think the biggest thing that people don't know is what a floor plan actually is, right? So let me break that down to you guys. A dealer floor plan is basically a loan for your vehicle inventory, right? So it's kind of like a plan to finance the vehicles on your floor. You may obtain a dealer floor plan from the bank, or there are other types of dealer floor plan providers that are out there. So here's the thing. It's basically like credit, right? It's business credit for your dealership. So the thing about dealer inventory is this. They want to grow their lines of credit as much as possible, right? Now, let's just go to credit cards real quick. My man, Jeff Trills, man, you got a lot of different businesses. You're a super successful businessman. What are one of the easiest ways to grow your lines of credit if you already have the credit card?
Grow my lines of credit? Spend more.
Yes. Spend more. That's it. You can use it. You see what I'm saying? So when we're talking about dealerships, the way that dealerships use their lines of credit is by putting vehicles and flooring them into their inventory, right? So guess what? The more vehicles that they can put into their inventory, when they come back after that 90-day process and they get that pull again, they're going to see, have you been using this credit? If they're using it, guess what they're going to do? They're going to extend more lines. So their goal is to grow from 100,000 to 1 million more in a year if it's a brand new dealership that's not franchised. Right? So the way that this is kind of cool is that with the program that we created, we are allowing people to go get the auto loans themselves, and the dealership can actually leverage their credit in order to find the vehicles, put it into the floor plan, pay them out a commission, and then pay the car off in 90 days. So let me just go back real quick. Why is this successful? Like, why is this important? Well, again, I got to go back to what I was talking about before. Floor plans are better than Turo. What were some of the things that I dealt with? Well, when you put a vehicle into the floor plan, the first thing is that you're not going to get stuck with the vehicle until it gets paid off, right? So that was kind of like one of the things. A lot of people, they end up getting, 5, 10, some people 15 vehicles, and they're stuck with all these notes, right? Now, I think it's great that we're educating ourselves and that we're learning new things and we're trying them. But what happens when that slow season comes around? A lot of people don't think about that when they're starting businesses. A lot of people start businesses and they don't even have an exit plan for the business, let alone a business strategy. So the first thing is you don't got to get stuck with the cars and pay them off. The second thing is that you don't have to put trackers in the vehicle because they're at the dealership. The third thing is you don't have to pay for parking. The fourth thing is you don't have Turo fees. The fifth thing is you don't have to pay for insurance. The sixth thing is that you don't have a car note and maintenance and car wash and gas and oil changes and tire changes and damages on the vehicle. There's all this time freedom that you have because there aren't any systems in place that you got to deal with when you're working with the Turo stuff. You see what I'm saying? It's an entirely separate set of systems that are passive, totally passive, and you don't have to worry about the slow months. So this is why this play can definitely be superior, or I'm just going to say more advantageous based on the lifestyle, right? So some other reasons why this could be important is also because the dealership takes care of the insurance. Now, let me ask you a question, Jeff Trills. Do you like paying insurance?
No, not at all. Actually, I don't pay insurance. You know that.
Yo, do you like paying for your tag?
Not at all.
Registration? Guess who pays for it?
The dealership.
Guess who covers the car note?
Who?
The dealership.
Sheesh.
Guess who covers the maintenance?
The dealership.
Come on, man. Talk to me nice.
Now, my question is, so here's the cool thing. So you're talking about this, So let me back up. So you're saying, what's the qualification to be able to do this? First of all, right? Say I'm a person that's watching this podcast. I'm like, yo, this sounds amazing. I can make money without even owning a car, paying insurance, have to do with none of this stuff that you do if you're buying a car to rent it out. What are the requirements for me to actually get in to this program?
Well, there's three main qualifications that you have to get into this program. The first qualification is to subscribe to the Go Hard or Go Homeless podcast. The second qualification is to follow Jeff Trills. Third qualification is to follow Nicholas Minter. But seriously, coming into something like this, you want to have solid credit. That's really what it comes down to. When you put yourself in a position and you have solid credit, it opens up the floodgates of what you can do financially and how you grow your business. So the great thing about this is when you have a solid credit report, not only can you leverage your personal credit, but you can also leverage your business credit, right? You can leverage both. So what are we looking for? I tell people no derogatories on your credit report. I also tell them it looks good if you already have had an auto loan on your credit report, but it's not a requirement, right? Also, when it comes to your credit, you don't want to have a bunch of inquiries on your credit report. And the great thing about all of this is, we're only working with credit unions, but when people receive their auto loans, they're not going to the dealership to get their auto loans. They're only going to credit unions. The reason why this is powerful is because when you get a pre-approval from a bank, you're only going to get your credit pulled one time. And with you joining the program, every other Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we actually have a credit repair call to teach you how to, number one, improve your credit, but also remove those inquiries from your credit report in less than 24 hours.
So you mean to tell me, okay, so people, this floor plan system has been around for how long?
Man, since the beginning of time, since they started creating dealerships. Right?
So this ain't new. This is nothing new. People like, well, I never heard of this. It's not new, right?
This is not new. Kind of like stocks. Stocks been around for a long time, but our community is just now getting to it. So, it's just one of those things where I feel like this business model that we've adapted may be a little bit new, right? But the thing about it is we got to continue to be trailblazers in our community. We got to continue to provide value. So when something is available, we need to definitely continue to share it with our community. And that's why I love your platform so much, because you're able to expose these things just enough so people can be aware, learn more about it, and become profitable and share it with their families.
It's powerful. So I love what you're talking about, man. So somebody can actually not have a fleet of cars, can now get in the car industry without having to own it, store it, figure out how to get it rented, or figure out how to get it sold. The dealership does all that for you. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And
the only thing that you have to do is keep solid credit and fill out your paperwork on time. If you can't do that, Jeff Truth, I can't help you. Like, I cannot help you if you don't fill out the paperwork on time.
Now, when you say fill out the paperwork on time, what does that mean?
So what that means is you got something called a bill of sale. You got certain signatures and pieces of documentation that you have to turn in. Don't take all day doing that, because typically when you get an auto loan, you usually get anywhere between 30 to 60 days to actually obtain the vehicle, right? So the dealership is going to end up getting the vehicle, but you need to make sure that you turn in all your documentation on time, because that time clock starts immediately after you get that auto loan pre-approval.
All right, so and are these dealerships like the big box dealerships? Like, what how do you qualify to be a part of this program? So let me put it like this, because I know I got a lot of people viewing this thing on live, and they're like, "Yo, what's really going on here?" Man, I say that meaning this is so powerful, guys, that this have never been exposed to the general public like us. This has been going on for centuries on centuries, but for the chosen few that need to know, right?
Right.
Minter is coming out here. Nicholas Minter is coming out here and exposing the game of what's been going on for centuries, right? You're able to have if once you have good credit, right? And see, people think they want to get good credit to buy a house or a car. How about getting good credit to build you a business that can generate and pay for the house and the car? That's what we teach. Don't just get great credit to go ahead and mess it up again by putting yourself in debt, that in another level of debt that you couldn't afford in the first place. Now you get to do what? Once you build this credit up, you can tap into the mentorship or what the program that he got to, where you'll be part of a network of people that can use your credit to generate you an income passively every month without even owning the car, right? Or moving it. It's on a dealership's it's on the dealership, and they're selling your car for you. You just you're the leveraging piece to help them get more cars on their floor. What happens with that? Because when a dealership has more cars, what happens? They expand how many cars they can get, right? This is the mindset behind it. I'm picking up, right? So
yes, sir.
If I'm able to say, okay, I got 20 cars, but I didn't use my own credit to get 20 cars, but I'm a dealership, and I'm leveraging you guys' credit to get these cars on this platform because we have buyers that are looking to buy, but I need what? I need that flow. Guess what? I'm gonna pay you for that. I'm gonna pay you just for putting you in position to win with me.
Yes, sir. So Jeff Trills, can we talk compensation for a minute? Like, can we talk numbers?
Let's get to the money.
Yeah, let's get to the money, because that's really the part that really struck me. You see what I'm saying? Now again, $1,000 to $2,000 a month is what you're looking at net profit when you end up using something like Turo. After you end up paying everything out, you're going to make the same amount of money or more in this space. So the first thing, number one, you always want to make sure that you're credit worthy. Why is being credit worthy important? Not just in terms of if you will get approved or denied, but when you get approved, if you have better credit, guess what? Your car payment will be lower. Your car payment will be lower. So when we're talking about the number of months that we want to take in order to that we apply for, you usually want to do 72 or more, right? Because the more months that you actually have to quote unquote pay off the vehicle, guess what? It's going to lower the payment amount. So number one, credit worthy, right? After you join the program and you go get the auto loan from the credit union, you want to make sure that you have high number of months, right? And then when we're talking about the payouts, if you were to get, let's say, an auto loan that's less than $69,000, right? Typically, your payout per vehicle is going to be about $2,000. Now, that can vary based on your credit worthiness, right? But your payout is going to be about $2,000. When you're looking at the car note that gets paid, it's going to get paid out of that. Well, guess what? The more credit worthy you are, the lower that car note is going to be. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So now, when you got a car note that's less than $1,000, but your commission is $2,000, and the dealership is also going to pay the insurance in addition to that, you walking away with a substantial check, my friend. Okay.
So wait. They're going to pay the insurance. They're going to pay the car off for you in 90 days or less, correct?
Right. But let's talk more numbers. I just want to recap. Let's say you get to that 70,000 and above range, right? 70,000 to almost 100,000. Instead of you making around 2K a month, it's going to be like 3K. You're going to get paid out a commission from the program. All right. What happens if you get over 100K? Now you in that $4,000, $5,000 a month range. So let's say you come in low, you in that 30 to 69,000 range. That's $2,000 a month on one vehicle. Guess what? That's $6,000 in 3 months. And you got an auto loan paid off. Right? Next bracket up, 3,000, 3,000, 3,000. Next bracket up, 4,000, 4,000, 4,000. You do the math. But because we understand credit and what we're teaching on Sundays, we're going to show you how to get multiple vehicles at the same time and then show you how to get the inquiries off. Right? Sheesh. But Jeff, there's a bigger play.
Talk to me.
There's a bigger play. See, the money that I'm talking to you right now is monthly money. But the real question is, Jeff, how do we make this monthly money weekly money? How do we make the monthly money weekly money? So when people enter the program, the reason why they're getting the vehicles first is because they need to build up their car inventory, right? And show that they're credit worthy and that they can pay off multiple vehicles. Okay. Now, here's the cool thing. Most people don't know that every single vehicle that you pay off, when you go to get another vehicle, you can get double. I'm going to say that one more time. Most people don't know that every single vehicle that you pay off, when you go to get another vehicle, you can get double. So if my first vehicle was a $25,000 vehicle, when I go back, I can get a 50. When my next vehicle was a $50,000 vehicle, when I go back, I can get 100. If my $100,000 vehicle gets paid off, guess what I can get? 200. So you telling me, Nick, in like 6 months, I can get into a supercar?
That's crazy.
I can get into a supercar in 6 months? Yes, because we're paying the vehicles off every 90 days. You made a commission the first 3 months and the auto loan is paid off on your credit report. Now you can get a supercar. So whether if you decide to use the program, get a vehicle for the program and earn money off of it, or at that point you just say, yo, I want to drive the vehicle, right? Because I have multiple vehicles that are already generating income. You can drive the vehicle of your dreams, right? But Jeff, I still didn't get to the bigger play. How do we make the monthly money weekly? When people join our program, we help them get their dealer's license and their first dealership.
Whoa.
This how you get on that side of the business, Jeff.
Jeez.
You don't just only get the auto loans to get the vehicles to make the small commission. Nah, bro. We're turning them into business owners. We're turning them into entrepreneurs. This is passive play number 2. I gave you passive play number 1. That was just getting into the program and getting approved for auto loans. But passive play number 2 is getting the dealership. You automatically become eligible for getting the dealership when you join the program. That's our gift to you. You see what I'm saying? So now the monthly money becomes weekly money because you're able to floor the vehicles now in your dealership. So now vehicles are moving there. You're moving inventory in and out of your dealership because you're flooring multiple vehicles, not by yourself, but in the community, in the network that we created. That's why this is powerful.
So you mean to tell me, once I got good credit, right? Profile doing great. I go to a credit union bank, get me a loan, right?
You join the program first. Join the program first, and then get the loan.
Join the program. We're gonna talk about how you guys can get in the program, because if you try to do it on the outside, you ain't gonna have the network. 1, 2, you have to know the full blueprint. I'm giving you the source right now to kind of what you be, but there's a detailed process that goes in it, and it's a network that goes with the whole program. That's all I was getting to, right?
Yes,
so you join the program, right? After you join the program, you're getting the information to go get your, if your credit's not good, it'll help you get a credit good, right? Remove inquiries if you need to. Assess your account. Then once you get approved for an auto loan, right, at a very low interest rate, now we go to one of their dealerships. How that work? You go to one of their. How does that work? Now I got the credit union loan. What am I doing next?
Got you. So there's a lot of vehicles in the inventory that are already sourced. You don't have to find the vehicles. Ooh. That's why this is a passive play. You see what I'm saying? Now remember, a lot of the issues that I had and some of the other businesses that I had was my time, right? I got to go gas up a vehicle. I got to go meet a customer. I got to go do this. I got to do that. In this, you don't have to do that. All the way down to choosing the vehicle. The dealership is going to choose the vehicle that they need that makes sense. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So that work is already done. There's already a long list of vehicles that can be picked up.
Gotcha. So boom. Now we got the loan. We go to do the network, and the network said, okay, we need XIV vehicles. You go ahead and get the vehicle through the network. The network has it on their dealership floor plan. Boom.
Right.
And so
and guess
they have
what,
it on the,
Jeff? Here's the other thing. It's like Bitcoin to me. It's like crypto, right? Because with the vehicle, you don't gotta see it, taste it, smell it, touch it, none of that. They own the vehicles already. The vehicles are already owned. So we just move them into the floor plan from another dealership or from another place. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hands off, hands free.
Yeah, and that's why we go hard over here in the Go Hard Homeless podcast. You know what I'm saying? I need you guys to understand the power of this, right? And this is just one of many things that you can tap into with this program here that he's talking about, right? First step is get you some cars and make profit every 3 months, right? Now, if you want to 10x that profit, you can get about 10 vehicles that's paying you out every 3 months, and then you sell a car and it's rent, and now you look like you got another paid off car. When you are paying cars off before time, they say, well, give him more cars. He's qualified or she's qualified for whatever they want, right? Because the normal policy is 72 months, right? 72 months. And you're knocking it out in 90 days. They're like, oh man, we're gonna give you whatever we need to give you because you're moving cars that we need moved, right? The bank's happy because they're getting paid back. Now they're gonna say, okay, what else you need? Bro,
we just getting started, and in less than 30 days, we paid out over $30,000 in commission.
Jeez, in commission.
In commission, bro. We paid out over $30,000 in commission in less than 30 days. That's crazy.
That's super crazy.
That's crazy, bro.
And it's all rinse and repeat after that.
You see what I'm saying? And another $15K this week.
Jeez.
Another
$15K. We're going to talk about how
you
get into this program a little later. I just want to make sure that you tap in, because at the end we're going to be giving how you can get into this program, and so that you can start putting your good credit to it and turn your good credit into a passive income generating machine, right? So now you got the floor plans done. The cars are being sold every 90 days. You're taking care of paperwork. Now, this dealership you're talking about, we sure how to become and get your dealer license and get your own dealership. Now, what's the pros and cons of having a dealership? Are you doing a lot of work? Is it going to take more time out of your day? Like, what how the thing works? Because I know people like to hear it, but we want to hear what's the good and what is the challenging part of going to this program, this route.
Understood. Jeff, I think it's kind of like anything, right? Of course, it's going to be a little bit more paperwork, a little bit more responsibility, right? We already know that, because now, you're going to have more vehicles, right? So let's talk about the cons. Will it take a little bit more time than actually just applying for an auto loan and just turning over the check in the program with the dealership? Absolutely, right? That's one of the things. Another thing, making sure that the bill of sales get turned in a timely fashion and tracking everything. But there's the pros to it. You already know, Jeff. More money, more problems.
Yeah, sir.
And I'm looking at the financial side, and bro, the growth potential is exponential, because literally you're going from $2,000 months to 10K, 20K months based on your lines of credit. And to me, that's worth it, because if you set this thing up properly in terms of, your life and your structure, it truly becomes super passive. And if you're anything like me, and if you know anybody in our circle, you know that we put things in place so we can make it truly passive. So anytime you start a business on the front end of your business isn't actually passive until you make it passive. So some things that you may have to put in place are people, tools, and systems to make it passive. One thing that you can do is, number one, you have enough income where you can hire somebody, right? Or you could also hire virtual assistants to assist you as well in the process. So now you can really free your time up when you get to the stage of actually having a dealership. But man, I tell you what, going from 2K to 10K or more immediately when I start my dealership is an amazing process, and I feel like it's worth the time.
Oh, 100%. I want to break down those barriers that some people have when they talk about, oh, that's dope, but I don't got the time. We leverage over here. We delegate. If it's not a part of our must mention, we delegate. And then you got the family, the community here that's going to be able to coach you all the way. right?
Yeah.
Because they've been doing this.
That's the thing, man. Like, do we really not have the time if we all got the same time?
Come on.
Like, if we all have the same amount of time, do we really not have the time? The real question is this: what do you value? That's what it really comes down to. Like, what do you actually value? And it should never be money. It should always be freedom.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to ask yourself, why do you want freedom? Well, I want freedom so I can do what I want to do. Why do you want to do what you want to do? Because I want to spend more time with my family. Why do you want to spend more time with your family? Because I love them and I miss them. Why do you love them? Like, keep
Right.
asking yourself why. And then you'll start to really see what it is that you truly value. And you'll take the time out to learn something. You'll take the time out to invest in yourself. Because once you do that and you put the work in on the front end, the next thing you know, if you put the right tools and systems in place, it will actually be truly passive. And you'll have the time and freedom that you want.
And that's crazy because we talk about automation. We talk about we're going from what? Becoming a supplier to dealerships to becoming a dealership owner, and now having these systems that will allow you to automate the process so that you can enjoy more of your time, because your time is your true commodity, your true currency, right?
Every business needs systems and tools of scale. It doesn't matter what business it is. If you want your business to grow, you're going to need systems and tools.
And I'm glad that you said it, because Nick is one of the co-founders of an automation system tool that's breaking the internet, man. So I want you to go ahead and talk about the system that you do, and how is this automation tool valuable for anybody, no matter if they got to click an order, brick and order.
Man, Connectedly. I am the CMO of Connectedly. Shout out to my business partners, Tommy Holt Jr., the CEO, and also Terrell Day, the COO. Man, Connectedly is a CRM software. So in layman's terms, what can you do with it? Well, you can build websites, you can build funnels, you can do text automation, email automation, DM automation. I'm talking about put yourself in a position where you can literally make 10K in a day selling a digital product. This is the type of software that you're going to need in order to do this. Now, I'm sure everybody just recently saw Black Friday. I know this was a recording, but you need to just think back. Every single Black Friday, I'm pretty sure you've seen ad after ad after ad after ad, right? Now, if you were to actually click on them, you might see that all of the information is literally on one page, and they're pushing you down through this page, giving you a bunch of different information, testimonials, a bunch of value, and eventually leading you to a sale. Now, the great thing about this is when you're using a platform like Connectedly, what you are doing is capturing leads. This is a lead generation software. Understand this. There's another type of currency that's better than the fiat currency in dollars and cents that we're using. And the name of that currency is personal information. Personal information is actually more valuable than money. First name, last name, email, phone number. I even collect people's social media handles as well. And the reason why it's so important is because if I have a product or if I have a brand, after I have your personal information, I can continue to do one thing, give you value, or I can have you engage with me, and or in the future, I can sell you a product and make sales. So here's the dope thing. Once I have your information, I can continuously send you text messages and emails so you can continuously get to know me, so you can feel comfortable with me. We can build a rapport now through my social media and these other means of communication directly to you, right? Now, the open rate in text messages is much higher than email, Jeff. Right?
Oh, yeah.
So if I send you a text right now, you're more likely to open it than if I were to send you an email. So guess what? As soon as I have your information, I can personalize it. And I can say, good morning, Jeff. But I can send the same message to 1,000 people that says good morning in their name. Right? I can ask them a question. Hey, Jeff, How can I help you with your credit? Right? But I can send that to everybody that's in my contact list. So imagine if you're getting ready for Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, even Cyber Monday. Now you can let your audience know that already follows you, that may have already purchased from you, either got your free products or is just engaging with you, that you have a sale coming, that you have something that's coming. You can literally build up all of the pressure for you to drop something. That's how you maximize your sales in one day. And through Connectedly, you're able to do all of those things. Now, there's a lot of different platforms that people have, Jeff, that you can get rid of. For example, you have ClickFunnels, which only allows you to do funnels. Guess what? You can get rid of that. You've got Community that does text, SMS texter. You can get rid of that. You've got MailChimp. Guess what? You can get rid of that, right? And all of these other things like Asana. We've got pipelines, right? We've got workflows. We've got reminders. We've got everything in Connectedly. And the thing about it is, if you guys were to have all of these other separate platforms, you're probably going to end up paying over 200, some people 500 or more a month. But with Connectedly, it's $59 a month, Jeff.
You know, that's what made me make the switch. I ain't gonna lie, man. People know I've been trying to do the community thing, and I've had the ClickFunnels and the MailChimps and the Get Responses, and to have these different bills coming out of different places. And when y'all told me the cost of getting into this automation program for $59, I said, "Come on, man, it's a no-brainer, no-brainer." And also, I like the fact that y'all do live trainings every Wednesday. So those who may be new to this thing can tap in live and ask you specific questions on what they need to do with their business, and you guys get to show them a look over your shoulder view of how to actually get that accomplished. So that's very, very big. A lot of these companies are not doing live trainings with their customers. They have recorded trainings, but not live.
Bro, and one more thing, I can't leave this out. I got to give a special shout out to my team, but most definitely give a special shout out to Nelson Page, because Nelson was an avid user and he became a part of our team recently, and he's been holding down those Wednesday trainings at 7:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every single Wednesday, no matter what's going on, providing value, right? Literally, I'm talking about the information that he's teaching. People are paying $10,000 or more to join other people's courses and mentorships to learn this same information. Wow. When you join Connectedly, you automatically have access to join the live trainings and ask questions and learn the tools, right? Where other people, they may just have courses. Guess what? When you watch a video, you can't pause that video and ask a question.
Right.
When you join Connectedly, 7:00 on Wednesday, if you got a question, you can see it live. You can see a live demonstration and ask questions. Of course, you can go back and watch the other videos later, but it's nothing like that interaction. It's nothing like that community.
That's powerful, because I know a lot of you guys that's watching live right now received a text saying we're live, jump on the live, right? And that was due to the Connectedly platform at work, right? And that's what's so powerful about automation. You can set things and go live your life, and your activities and tasks will still be completed and get done, right? When somebody texts you, and then also he didn't talk about the feature of your phone calls. These things record your conversations. To Connectedly record your conversations on pennies on the dollar, cents on the dollar, right? I mean, I use the thing. Anybody who calls me, my calls are recorded. Imagine you had some mentors that you follow, and they called you, or you got a one-on-one call session with them, but you can record the call on your Connectedly platform. So that, and I do it all the time with my mentors. They're like, "Oh, you recorded me?" I'm like, "Yeah." I cannot afford to miss the nuggets you're about to drop right now. And what they do, man. Oh, you're right. That's a good point. And then go ahead and do.
And another thing, like Jeff, a lot of people are scaling and they have teams. So guess what? If I'm in the credit repair space and I'm doing an audit and I'm speaking to a customer, guess what? Now I can take that call and I can give it to the person that I'm training for the position that I need filled. Right? So there's so many ways that you can use it. You're using it to retain the gems and go back and listen to some amazing information that you just heard. Other people are using it to train people that are coming into the business. So that becomes a part of your SOPs. You put this into your standard operating procedures, and that can be an example of the SOP. You see what I'm saying?
100%. It's so crazy that you say that. Shout out, matter of fact, this particular podcast has been sponsored by Rideshare Domination. If you want to learn how to dominate the rideshare space, you want to go to ridesharedomination.com and tap in. But as you talk about that, I definitely use that for my long-term rental business. All my calls are being recorded, from the drivers to onboarding, so that I can do what? I can send it to my team so they can see exactly how I start to record my conversations, how I onboard, how I vet the people, how I vet my JV drivers. So anybody in the Turo long-term rental space, I now have a phone number where all my drivers call me at, and if any issue happens, it's recorded. If they say, "Oh, I didn't hear you say that, Jeff," oh, don't worry about it. I got the recording. I'll send you recording so you can hear exactly what I said, so that it won't be no ill will. It's been recorded. It's been documented. That will save you so much time, money, and headache with your drivers or with anybody that you're doing business with. You have a phone call with a potential partner, and you go over things, and then you go back and say, "Yeah, we didn't say that," but you got the recording, right? This is going to save you so much time in business and conversation that you have, trusting situations, and then it can come back. It can also come back to help you in case of anything that may be said against you or legally. You now have legal documentation, as long as you say, "Hey, y'all, this call is being recorded for quality assurance," or that's what the call says before they even get on, so they know it's been recorded, because they were notified of that before they accepted the call. There's so many benefits that this one feature in Connectly can do. And so I'm gonna show you how to get access to the Connectly software, as well as to get into this network, right? To join the actual team of people that's going to actually get you involved. So I'm gonna do it right now before we go further. I need you to text the word mentor. That's MINTER, winter with an M, to 470-333-1430. Text the word mentor to 470-333-1430, and you're going to get a reply text. When you get a reply text to that, go ahead and click on the link and fill out the form and choose if you want to learn about the floor plan, if you want to learn about how to automate your business, and we're going to talk about the next thing, which is a mentorship. For those who may not have good credit and you want to get your whole thing set up, Nick, talk about the mentorship.
Man, the mentorship. Bro, this has been something that has changed my life, right? Because it's about the impact, right? And I got to take it back so people really understand what the mentorship is. Let me ask you a question, Jeff. What was your life like before you started taking courses, collaborating with people, and going to conferences? What was your life like before that?
That's a good question. Let me think about what my life was like before I decided to get into mentorship. It was a lot of trial and errors, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of I'm gonna figure it out. A lot of time being wasted, right? Because I thought I can do it on my own myself. Or I remember I told somebody I could do multiple things at one time, and my mentor clearly told me, you got to be known for something first. Get great at one thing and be known for that one thing, and then you can do everything else, right? But you'll do it with delegation, not with you investing your time. But since I was a hardhead, I wasted time. So without having a mentor, a lot of time got wasted. I'm 41. Imagine I had a mentor when I was 21. How further along I would have been then. See, so that's so powerful that now of us seasoned people understand the true power of having a mentor, right? Matter of fact, anybody that you admire, athletes, singers, whoever you admire, I guarantee you they have mentors, specialized people that focus on specialized things to grow that individual. So they got that from the jump. We had to learn that by going through trial and error. That's the answer to your question, the long short of it all. Now I can't move without having a mentor, especially if something I'm want to do successfully, the mentor is required. It's a mandatory for me now. I hope that answered your question, champ.
Yo, bro, you definitely answered it. So here's the thing, right? Mentors are shortcuts to success. The reason why they're shortcuts is because you can learn from their experiences, whether it was a win or a loss, right? And having mentors early in the game is really important to how quickly you can scale and be successful, because I think it's really important that we all become successful early. You don't have to make the same mistakes that other people may have made in order for you to be successful.
Right.
So, bro, I have multiple mentors. I have a mentor in every single thing that I know, from me doing audio to personal credit and business credit to being a videographer. Even I had a piano mentor when I was playing the piano, right? Some of the other businesses that I've been getting into, from the auto industry. Also, you know, I'm interested in getting into the trucking industry. So I've been studying. Guess what? I've got a mentor for that. So, you know, there have been a lot of different types of programs that I've been a part of where I was making all types of sales. There have been a lot of different communities that I've joined. And throughout this process, you know, I've helped a lot of people. In fact, I've helped thousands of people. And many people have asked me, they said, hey, do you have your own personal mentorship where we can work directly with you? So me creating the mentorship is actually a spinoff of the word mentorship, because when people would say my last name, they actually will pronounce it wrong. They would say Nicholas Mentor. So I said, okay, I'm going to call my program the mentorship, so they understand that my last name is Mentor. And it's actually been something that my audience wanted, right? So a lot of people were wanting to learn, you know, how do I remove these negative items from my credit report from you, Nick? Like the things that you do. People have been wanting to know, how do I get these business credit cards with no inquiry? How do I get 250,000 in available credit? How do I manufacture spend over 100,000 in a day? How do I get free flights, free groceries, and free hotels? But Nick, we want to know how you do it. How do I scale a rental car business, an exotic rental car business, and an event space in a city that I don't even live in? How do I get into this floor plan business? We want to learn the things that you're doing. We also see that you're in the content space. So how do I grow my content from my phone or by hiring teams and to do all this branding stuff that you're able to do? So these are the things that I'm teaching people. And really, it's just about, how do we, number one, figure out what your why is. Then after that, establishing a set of goals. And then after we establish a set of goals, we execute on the goal step by step. The most important thing, Jeff, is not just to have the goal and not just to see the outcome, but it's to get started. And a lot of people fail because they don't start. There's always an excuse. There's always an obstacle that was in the way. But why are obstacles created? Obstacles are literally made to be overcome. They're like, the point of an obstacle is for you to get over it. It's for you to get around it, for you to conquer it. So that's what the mentorship is about. It's about pure domination. It's about conquering. You understand what I'm saying? It's about being a winner. It's about, no matter what circumstance that you're going through, no matter what you're dealing with on a personal level, it don't matter if you're in a bad relationship. It don't matter if you got finance problems. It don't matter if you're about to lose your job. It's about taking that, harnessing that energy, and winning, because we're all humans and we all deal with things. But being in a community like that and working with somebody who has experienced those things, not only am I able to pour into those people, but the community pours into me. And that's why I do it.
You know what's so crazy about that? Community is everything. A lot of people don't understand that what comes with a mentorship is a community of like-minded individuals that all invest at the same time, energy, and money to get the resource and access that the mentor has already experienced and already has. So people misunderstand that it's actually that community that's really strong on top of the mentorship of like-minded individuals. I know we got a video actually talking about your mentorship. So matter of fact,
and one more thing though, Jeff, like that I want to mention, like everybody doesn't qualify. Like I keep it super limited because the amount of value that I want to provide to people is the same amount of value that I wanted somebody to provide for me. So even like this last round, I'm only working with 10 people. You see what I'm saying? And that's just what it is.
So we got limited spaces for the mentorship and limited spaces for the floor plan game. Why? Because everybody can't go. But those that's on the Go Hard or Go Home podcast show, some of y'all can go.
Some of y'all can go.
Some of y'all can go, right? But it's all about the action takers. Because action takers are money makers, right? Text the word mentor to 470-333-1430, and you're going to get access to the information that's going to allow you to tap into that network so you can be part of the floor plan game, which is way better than Turo. And we're about to show you a little bit of what the mentorship is about so you guys can understand exactly what this brother's been able to do. So we're going to go ahead and cue the video right now and show you what the mentorship is all about.
Hey, Nick. Yo, why should I join the mentorship for Black Friday? Well, maybe so you can get one of these, or 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 maybe even one of these.
Saucy. Oh, Lord, baby Jesus. You get a card and you get a card and you get a... Listen, man. This is the new wealth right here, y'all. The credit card is the new wealth. Do you understand? We able to help people get assets with credit cards. And when you get assets with credit cards, you don't just get the asset. You get the points of the credit card. You get the history of the credit card. You get the interest rate of the credit card that's low. You get the respect of the credit card company, which is going to do what? Increase more limits. So you can rinse and repeat and do the same thing again. If you guys don't understand that credit cards are better than debit cards, you need to get into mentorship. If you guys don't understand that we leverage everything, then you need to understand how to get into the mentorship, to understand how Nick was able to do that's just a small fraction of what he's going to teach you guys in the mentorship. All them credit cards, you see some major players in there. So we don't just talk it, we live it, right? We don't just talk it, we live it. And prior to me getting into a mentorship, I was the debit card, cash is king. But ask myself, what benefit did I get from that? I ain't getting no cash backs. I ain't getting an increase on my limit, my debit card limit, because there's no debit card limit, right? I didn't get no value than the value I gave the card or the cash. God forbid I lost the debit card or lost the cash, can't get that back. But with credit card, I can cancel it and they can refund the purchase back because it ain't my money anyway. It's theirs. So there's so many values in having this mindset, this mentorship, and this access to what we get to do now, y'all. We were able to scale our business from leveraging other people's income. This is how they make money, giving it to us. And what we do with it, we don't spend it. We invest and grow it and then give it back. This is how you play the game to win. This is how the wealthy been doing this, y'all. And today on the Go Hard or Go Home podcast, you getting access to the information that got us taking our stuff to the... And I've been in the game for a long time. But when I got a mentor, it took my whole game to a whole nother level that I didn't even know was even possible. So I'm telling y'all right now on the Go Hard or Go Home podcast, episode 8 with Nick Mentor, this sauce ain't gonna be available for long. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It's gonna be available at different places. But as we grow, we go. As we grow, we go. So the access that you have to Nick Mentor right now is priceless, because as we grow, we gotta go on to the next thing. and then you'll be getting the course maybe. But right now you're getting hands-on with a brother that's been doing it, and not just doing it, teaching other people how to do this. So once again, we're talking about what? What are we talking about here? How floor plans are better than Turo. Let's recap the floor plans for the family, Nick. What is floor plan for those who just jumped on late or
listen,
catching
man, floor plans are better than Turo because you don't have to deal with the hassle of customers and dealing with maintenance with your vehicles, and you can make the same amount of money that you was gonna make anyway in a whole lot less time and a whole lot less headaches.
So that's the floor plan. So all my people that do Turo, y'all know the heads with Turo, right? Y'all know about the car wash, the airport delivery, the drop off, the smoking in your cars, the driving along out of state, not knowing if the car gonna come back, the cars being stolen off the platform. All those are wrapped up in a ball of risk, high risk. But when you got the floor plan program, you ain't got to worry about airport runs, washing and cleaning cars, worrying about smoking and drinking in your cars, worrying about is your car gonna come back, worrying about if the trackers are working, people speeding in your car, drag racing in your car. It's on a freaking dealership waiting to be sold, and while it's waiting to be sold, it's paying you a residual income for 3 months, and then when it's sold, it's going back to you as a paid-off vehicle, and now you become more valuable to these lending places. Now you're credit worthy. Now you're lending worthy, where they want to lend you as much money as possible because they know you're good for the money. They know that you're good to pay it back, not in 72 months when you took the original loan out for, but in 90 days. Just imagine that. And then we 10x that by 10 times in the same process, right? 10 cars with the same limits, paid off, make that money in 3 months. Every 3 months, you make that kind of money. But then it gets even saucier where you become the dealership. You become the platform, and now you're not making money off the platform. You're making money because you are the platform. And that's the next evolution of what he's talking about right now. This is the major bars that they ain't going to teach you in school. This is the major bars that they ain't going to teach you in your business. This is the major bars that they're going to teach you at the job. But when you get with the right team and the right mentorship this is what's become available to you. So once again, for those who want to know how to get above average living, how to become an elite person in life, then you want to go ahead and text the word mentor to 470-333-1430, and make sure that you say when you go into that course and that mentorship, drop Jeff Trills as the person that told you. All right, drop Jeff Trills as the person that told you, and watch what happens for you. I promise you, man. We about to get out of here. I know it's been a great hour with you, Nick. Anything you want to share with the family before we got there?
Bro, do I got time to drop a play?
Come on, man. I need you to play. For those who stood to the end of this podcast, now you get a play to drop. So I'm gonna drop a play. I'm gonna give
you guys 2 plays that are exclusively in the mentorship. All right. The first play I'm going to give you is for your personal credit. The second play I'm going to give you is for your business credit. And they're both no inquiry, right? The first one, the Apple play. This is how you can get an Apple credit card with no inquiry. An Apple credit card with no inquiry. Number one, make sure that you're credit worthy. You don't want to have any derogatories. You don't want to have any bankruptcies. You know what I'm saying? I know some of y'all got child support on your credit report. None of that can be on there, right? That's number one. All right, so this is what you're going to do. You got to have an iPhone. I'm team iPhone all day. Sorry for the Android users. I'm sorry, Jeff. No disrespect.
I got an Android. I represent the Android users, but I do got an iPhone too. Run the play.
Okay, run the play. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to go on your phone and you're going to get to the wallet. Once you get to the wallet, you're going to hit that plus sign at the top of the screen if you don't already have an Apple card. And what you're going to do is you're going to apply for the Apple credit card. All right. Now, once you get through that screen, it's going to ask you some personal information about yourself. Put your real information, first name, last name, phone number, the whole nine. They're going to ask you about some income verification. You're going to put how much you make, where you've been living at, how long you've been living there, things of that nature. And then they're going to ask you about terms and conditions. You are going to submit the terms and conditions. At that point, it'll probably give you a little scroll wheel. It's processing. One of 2 things is going to happen, right? You're either going to be under review, which you'll have to wait, or you may immediately be approved. That's what you're looking for, is this approval. When you see that you are approved, that's when you stop. Don't accept the money yet. Don't accept the lines of credit yet. At that point, you're going to go to service.transunion.com and you are going to create an account and you are going to freeze your TransUnion credit report. If you don't want to go online, you can call TransUnion and you're going to freeze your TransUnion credit report. Now, what actually happened before that? Well, when it goes under review, or if you were immediately approved, there was a soft pull that Goldman Sachs did on your credit report. Because it was a soft pull, we got an opportunity to play this game. So if you were approved with a soft pull first, now we're going to freeze our TransUnion credit report. And once it's frozen, then we're going to accept the amount that we got approved for. Now, here's the crazy thing about it. You're going to hold on to keeping it frozen for maybe about like a week or two. They might try to give you a real hard pull and you're going to keep it frozen so they can't pull it. That's how you get an Apple credit card with no inquiry. Jeff, I did this live and I've seen somebody get approved for more than I got approved for. When I did it, I only got 10K. When they did it, they got 40,000. And it was one time we was in the room. Shout out to the Bureau Bully for letting me speak on his stage. But I was able to get over 100,000 in approvals at a live event just by doing this play. It's instantaneous. Understand that. Now, if you do get denied with a soft pull, that means that you don't have a clean credit report. That's what that really comes down to. All right. Now, the second play, how do I get business credit with no inquiry? A lot of people want to know that as well.
Oh, it's saucy, y'all. Listen up. This one is saucy now. Y'all better listen up.
I'm gonna give you guys one place. And listen, I only been teaching this in the mentorship. I'm giving y'all the gems. Go to Sam's Club. Open a regular account with Sam's Club. And then apply for the business credit card. Walk out. Peace.
So wait.
Hey, yo, listen. That's how you get funded. That's how you get like 50,000 a day. You know what I'm saying? You might get 20 from here. You might get 20 from over there. And you Gucci, baby.
So now with the business credit side of it with Sam's Club, does your business profile have to be up to par? There's no still have to be.
All you gotta do is have a business.
Just have a business. Can clarify what that is when you're talking about on this level for getting the Sam's Club.
Listen, man.
Secretary of State, EIN, what we talking about?
We don't do DBAs, number one. Fact. All that DBA stuff is out the window. This is Go Hard or Go Homeless podcast. All right. Number one, have an LLC, S Corp, C Corp, have an entity that you register. Okay. You got an entity, you got an EIN number, you got a business bank account, you good. All right. Now I know we're running out of time, but you guys got to also understand when you create your businesses, make sure you structure your businesses properly. A lot of you guys aren't getting funded because on your entity paperwork, you got your home address and it looked like you're doing business out of your trunk. You got your cell phone number and your email address is not a business email address. You got hotboy87@gmail.com. That's not going to cut it when you got a business. You got to have a business name. You got to have a business address. You got to have a business phone number. And you got to have a business email. Understand that's important when you're looking to get money. It's your resume. You got to look good on paper, baby.
And I want to just add on to that because people think, oh, I work at home now. Everything is home now. They don't respect home businesses. Even though the pandemic, for a lot of people to go home, they don't respect it when it comes to funding. They don't think that you're in a position to handle big lines of credit or big lines of money when you're running your business out of your home. At this time, when you need the kind of funding from them, you should already be established in a place of business, whether the pandemic happens to you or not. So that misconception of, well, I'm using my address because I have a home business and yada, yada, yada. I make shea butter out the house. Listen, we get all that, but I'm letting y'all know what is really going on.
Hey, that shea butter be hitting though, bro. The shea butter be hitting. It be hitting.
It can't be hitting from the home.
If you selling shea butter out the house and you don't want to spend a lot of money on getting a brick and mortar location, please just get a virtual office. You can
Yes.
get a virtual office from Opus Virtual Offices, and you will be good to go. All your mail can go there, all that good stuff. You'll be good to go. And listen, you can sell as much shea butter as you want
for a very minimum fee. And they got their own concierge, but they call them, say they can even call them Shea Butter Incorporated. How may I direct your call? Now you look.
Yeah, can I go ahead and get 5011 shea butters, please?
You hear me? And then they connect the call to you, and now you out the house, but you got a professional. It's really amazing. We'll make sure the link for the Opus is in the text message when you take the word mentor to 470-333-1430. All right. Listen, it's been an amazing time. We got to go pay some bills. Always wanted to say that, right? But nah, Nicholas Mentor, I appreciate you for jumping on the podcast again, dropping this new valuable source with the family. Listen, like we always say about this time, be great because you are great. All right? Nick, any last words before we got here?
Man, my only last words are this. Make sure you follow me on social media at Nicholas Mentor. Make sure you tap in with my boy Jeff and you guys send the text. And the last thing that I want to say to y'all is that you need to tap in, but we never tap out.
Let's go. Y'all know what time it is. Go Hard or Go Homeless podcast. Let's go.
I remember being homeless. And that's the moment I decided to go hard.